Welcome to the next part of Data Protection Compliance course. In this video, we will discuss about the transparency of the communication and the roles of the data controller. So let's start this video. If you have not watched the previous parts of this course, I would recommend you to please go back and watch the previous videos on the data compliance because several key concepts are discussed in those previous videos. And before starting, please subscribe this channel, and I would be uploading the course videos in future. So if you press the bell icon, you will be getting the notifications on timely basis. Please also share these videos with your friends and colleagues who are working in the compliance domain, so that they may get the benefit out of it. So when we talk about the transparency of the communication by the data controller means the organization that is collecting the data from the customers or individuals. So the requirement of transparency emphasizes on the concise, transparent, intelligible, and easily accessible form of data access and data processing. So communication should be the concise from the data controller, and the data agent, which is the individual who is giving the data, should be informed of the purpose of the data requirement, and that communication should be concise, transparent, and easily accessible and intelligible, so that the data agent or individual may understand the overall purpose of data gathering and communication. Further, the communication should be in the form of writing or by any other appropriate means, either in the form of electronically transmitted information or in any other form. It depends on organization to organization, and relevant laws and regulations need to be looked for by the compliance specialists who are responsible for the data protection compliance requirements. So the data controller, which is an organization that is collecting the data for some lawful or legitimate purposes, must inform to the individual or the data subject in case a request is made to the data controller. And the data controller should also verify the identity of the data subject when the data is shared with the data controller, because due diligence is very important on the part of data controller, because data controller should ensure that the data that is provided by the data subject is relevant and is accurate and for the purpose for which the data is needed. So the verification of identity of the individual to whom the data pertains or relates should be identified, and that is known as the due diligence. Further, the data controller should also ensure compliance with applicable laws and regulations for communication purposes, because different countries and regulatory authorities have different relevant communication related laws and regulations. So in addition to the data compliance requirements, other laws and regulations should also be considered by the compliance professionals. So the transparency must be ensured by the data controller whenever the data is gathered or to be taken from the data subject.